Hey everyone, TimaeuSS here, and welcome to another mobile gaming video. Well, this is the Sensor Tower monthly revenue report, and we have September 2023 upon us. And guys, I'm almost back from Japan. I miscalculated. I made a post that I was going to return last week, but it's actually this week. All right, I have my flight tomorrow, so regular upload schedule will happen this week. Okay, so anyhow, let's take a look. Right at the very top, of course, we have Honkai Star Rail. Now, for those of you guys that don't know, Honkai Star Rail had its I think two insane banners in the form of Fushan, and before Fushan, Inhibitor Lune, right? So I mean, it did drop in comparison 9 million, but man, those were some crazy banners. So it's good to see that Honkai Star Rail is basically still sitting at the top, followed by Uma Musume Pretty Derby, and I think they've got some event going on over at JP. That's why it skyrocketed to 36 million, and Genshin Impact sitting at 36 million as well. Now, for those of you that play the games I don't play, for example, Dokkan Battle, feel free to comment down below what has happened, what event is going on, but I can offer insight into the games I play. For example, Nekke went from 19 million to 31 million USD. This is because the Nier collaboration happened. That's right, the Nier collab. It was insane. It was so well made, and honestly, people loved it. That's why we went up from 19 million to 31 million. So yes, not end of service. All right, no EOS anytime soon. I know a lot of people like to joke about Honkai Star Rail and Nekke, saying that yeah, it's just honeymoon phase, but we've been in it for almost a year now, so very happy to see how well it's doing. Next up is FateGrand Order. For some reason, still doing really well. It did have a significant drop, but I know that last month was a huge event, so it went from 53 million to 21 million, which is I think what it usually makes, but still an old IP, and this is just the JP value, the JP revenue. 21 million is a lot. Same with Uma Musume, right? The 36 million is only from JP. Now, Dragon Ball Z, so wow, global 21 million and Japan 18. Combined is about 40 million. Still a very strong IP, going super strong, and the nostalgia factor is of course there, and that's why I think it's finding huge success. Followed by One Piece. So of course One Piece is also another JP Shonen Jump manga turned anime, and from 20 to 12 million, not bad at all. Summon Wars, the cockroach of the OG of gacha gaming, is still sitting at 8 million. Fantastic. FateGrand Order 8 million, very good as well. Now the global side did go up, whereas of course the JP side, like I said, a huge event, and has now returned to its more or less a normal revenue, but for global side, FateGrand Order from 5 to 8 million. Blue Archive, cute and funny lovers, did drop from 18 to 7, but was this the Mika, or was Mika a long time ago? Again, guys, in the comments, let the players know, because I don't play Blue Archive, even though I tried to get into it, and I did get really lucky. But 18 million to 7 million for JP side. Arknights, JP 5 to 7 million. Dragon Ball Legends 8 to 7. So this is really interesting to see. This is a new one, Square Enix, Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. This is basically the mobile adaptation for Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis with more added, and I'm honestly surprised to see it, because this is JP data, right? I'm honestly surprised to see it sitting at 7 million, because Square Enix, I mean, it's a given. They like to milk you hard. So I didn't think that it would find this much success, but kudos to them. I know that some players I've followed, they say that Square Enix have actually done Final Fantasy VII like a good service in making the Ever Crisis a decently well-made game. If you get past all of the payment pop-ups, all of those things asking you for more money, it's actually pretty good. So yes, not bad at all. And they gave a lot of tempos. I remember every time there was a download milestone reached, they gave more posts. So 7 million, very nice. And Heaven Burns Red, another JP game, did drop from 15 to 6 million, and Hatsune Miku from 7 to 6. Epic 7 still sitting at 5 million for global. Now for Epic 7, I know there's a very recent controversy that I saw, and the controversy was that they basically made a huge power creep unit after 2 limiteds into another custom art limited, right? Followed by this unit, basically just power crept one of the most broken units Lua, and they made a better version of that, making enemies skip their turn or something. I didn't dig too much into it. I dropped Epic 7, as you know. I did try to get into it from the JP side as well, but I mean, it was just not my game. So let me know what happened with Epic 7. I mean, they're still making 5 million steadily. Honestly, 4 to 5 million, you can always expect that out of Epic 7. They're just so on track with their earnings. Momentum already dropped from 7 to 5. Tower of God, relatively new game, from 10 to 5. Now, this is a 50% drop to be expected of a new game. I know Vulcan covers it, and he says he's being so lucky in his games, in his polls for Tower of God, and he's beating all the whales. So maybe there is some components for free-to-play, even though it's an idle game. So I'll ask him how he's doing now, because he was ranked 1 in PvP or something with a relatively free-to-play account versus the mega whales. Next, Ensemble Stars from 7 to 5. I don't really play that game, but I think it's a music husbando game, so still doing very well. And for Azur Lane JP, the Coomers have united, went from 1.8 to 4 million. In my Discord channel, I always see people spam Azur Lane skins, and every time it makes me want to download it, and every time I download it, the gameplay makes me uninstall. So it's a constant loop, and I'm glad to see they do well, because they are essentially the Coomers game for mobile. Fire Emblem Heroes from 5 to 4. Sure. I mean, the power creep for Fire Emblem Heroes is just way too much. It makes me not want to touch the game at all. And Final Fantasy 7 Ever Crisis, wow, 4 million. So this is global. JP already made 7 million, and if you count global, that's 11 million. That's really good. That's actually really good. Hopefully this stays. This is the launch month. Of course, we can expect to see it taper off. Now, whether it be a 50% drop or slightly less than that, 30% drop, we'll have to see, but not bad for an opening month for global as well as JP. So kudos to them for doing so well. One Piece, I don't know what happened there, from 12 million launch to 4 million. I mean, we've seen worse drops than that, but you know what, that's fine. It's an anime IP. I personally don't have much hope for anime IPs. They seem to just go for cash grab and dip, so we'll see if they stick around. And Damachi, now this was, I think when people talked about this game, someone showed me how many banners they had at release. It was like 6 or 7 banners, and they've got paid banners as well. But you know what, from 1.5, I'm assuming this was a launch week, to 3 million is not bad. It's not bad. Now, their previous game, the Damachi game, was really good. I asked a few people, it was online, or it only recently EOS, so this was quote unquote the successor for the game. Hope to see it do well, because I think the story for Damachi in that mobile game was really well made, and this, from JP side, 1.5 million to 3 million is definitely not bad. Now, One Piece Bounty Rush for global, 5 million down to 3 million, sure. And then Azur Lane for global, we covered the JP side. For global, it went from 1.5 to 2.7. Another musical game in Bang a Dream Girls Band Party, what a name, 1.6 to 2.6 million. Okay, and One Piece Cruise Treasure for global, from 5 down to 2. So for the One Piece games, they're all kind of getting lower. There's a Bounty Rush and the Treasure Cruise all went down. I wonder what's going on there. Why do they have 2 gachas running simultaneously? Won't the fans just play one? Interesting. And then Blue Archive for global did drop from 4 million to 1.8 million, which is, I think, the regular amount for the game. Arknights for global also went down. Princess Connect, RIP global, but JP is still declining from 2 million now to 1.5 million. I wonder how long this game will go on. Be a sad day when Princess Connect Global also ends. Dragon Ball Legends 1.4 to 1. Okay, so this stayed the same. Brown Dust 2 doing still not bad, from 2 million to 1.3. Brown Dust 2, I know, had their pretty insane events recently with the summer event, as well as even more polls. So I wonder if the recent polls essentially made it so that they didn't have to spend money. That could be one of the reasons. Another Eden, still going well as quote unquote a single player game, 1.3 to 1.1. Damage Battle Chronicles for global is not doing so hot, 600 to 900,000. Yikes. And Honkai Impact the third global, I mean, they just announced, is that 2.0, right? Honkai Impact the third 2.0. So is that Honkai Impact 3 plus 2? Fifth? Honkai Impact the fifth. 1.5 million to 800,000. Tower Fantasy 1.3 million. Man, both published by Tencent, but you can see the disparity between Nikkei and Tower Fantasy. Only 800,000. Ooh, Yikes. Aether Gazer. So this patch was supposed to be big for Aether Gazer, right? They've got, I think, some of the popular units in Aether Gazer, but you can see the revenue did not go up, still at 700,000. That's a bit worrying. Punishing Grey Raven, Aether Gazer's direct competitor, has gone up from 400 to 700,000. Eversoul still declining from 800 to 600,000. I mean, it's smaller. And Cao is not small, but I think the team running is a smaller team, so I think they can keep it going as long as it doesn't fall any lower. I think once we see the 400,000 range, red flags are flying. So Hazard Miku down for this another music game. Honkai Impact the 5th in JP also went down 1.4 to 600. Path Nowhere finally has reached I guess its average, which is 500,000. Not bad, not bad. Punishing Grey Ribbon also sitting at 500,000. Tactop continues to tank at 400,000. Outer Plane, oh, Outer Plane made more money than last month. I mean, this is Epic 5, right? This is going backwards from Epic 7 to a worse version. So 300 to 400,000. And another Eden, 400,000. Guardian Tales, 300. And Snowbreak and Timber, that is quite a drop from 1.2 million to 300,000. Now, mind you that this is directly going to the devs, right? There's no global publishers or anything. The devs are self-publishing, so you know there's no, well, there's fewer middlemen to take the cut, but still 1.2 to 300,000 is quite a significant drop, and it reminds me of another game we'll see at the very bottom, Higan, that they had such a massive drop. Counterside, Octopath Traveler, they're all kind of low, and for the remaining games we won't talk too much because they're all very, very low. Limbus Company still not doing great, especially the recent Korean drama, just tanking, and then Tech Op getting lower and lower as well. And we're looking at the end of service categories here, right? We've got, let me move out of the way, Tech Op Global sitting at 70,000. This game is gone. I mean, they offered me a sponsorship. I declined it because I know for CN or C, when they first released it, the game died in like a couple of months. So it's really sad, but unavoidable. They're gonna tank really, really hard. Alchemy Stars, they released in CN, so maybe there's still some life in them for them to keep going, but still things are looking tough. Archland, it's never coming to global because both Korea and JP client for Archland is dead. Artery Gear, for some reason, this is insane. Artery Gear Global has now, I think, first year anniversary, and it's surpassed Higan, which is even lower than the previous 40,000 to 26,000. This game is gone. It's about to launch in CN, I think, but this game is gonzo. And of course, Alice Fiction is also in maintenance mode now. They've announced it, so expect Higan and Alice Fiction to be EOS'd anytime soon. Well, let me know your thoughts. Did your game do better or worse this month? And yeah, it's TimaeuSS here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye now.